Salute and thank you, NERDSoul. Oh yeah, lay ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down. Read that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's go. It's time for anime, y'all. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a fun time. There gonna be no hateration. I don't care how much Nintendo peripherals cost. We're not talking about that today. All right.
Man.
So stop the crying. All right. Just either get it or don't get it, and just stop the crying. So
hey, that's on point because tonight is the night. You go wait till tomorrow. Wait till you turn on all your social medias tomorrow. We'll see
they're gonna be like, sales records broken. It's gonna be like, I thought y'all weren't buying it though. But anyway, with that said, you've already heard his voice. That's right, one half of the dynamic duo from the South. Coop, what's up?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Y'all will be able to hear this on the Blurge platform, and you will hear more about that probably next Tuesday of any aftermath and any video game stuff and whatever goes on with these sales and all that. So we're gonna talk some good anime today, catch up on some things, and start some new series that dropped. Like this spring is just a lot of new. I've added more, I've taken away, I've added more, I've taken away. Spring just be on fire, man.
Okay. And we also have the resident ninja of the crew, Ninja Summer Cosplay. What's up?
Good morning, good evening, good night. It's Ninja Summer Cosplay coming to you live from somewhere in that grand old sky of Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo.
And then, of course, Lambo Mother Maserati. What's up, man?
Watch your mouth. Ain't nobody but Lambo. How y'all doing this morning, Dub, a.k.a. Lambo Maserati? Knife wounds in my body.
So, all right, I've been waiting to hear Ninja's take, especially since she said she caught up with, that's right, Lazarus.
Got 3 episodes out.
Got 3 episodes.
I watched 2 out of the 3 because I can't recall the drop date, so I watched 2 out of.
Is it Saturday night?
Yeah,
Saturday night, right?
All right. Oh yeah, I was out of town doing Easter things Saturday, so
I gotta,
2 out of the 3.
just y'all so y'all can see. Boom. I got Sunday, Monday. See, I'll be trying to keep up. I'll be trying to keep up with y'all. I'll be trying to keep up.
That nice penmanship. Well, I tell you.
I'll be trying to keep up with y'all. You know what I mean? I'll be trying. But Ninja, how you feeling, Lazarus, yo? How you feeling it?
I mean, like I said, 2 out of 3, and y'all know the one of the commandments is that you have to at least give it 3 before you make your decision. Mm-hmm. So take it with a grain of salt. I don't know exactly what happens in the 3rd episode, but as of season 2, it didn't have the magic that I feel like you normally get with this creator's bodies of work, and I'm referring to mainly Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, even Carol and Tuesday. There was some magic just captured. Space Dandy, I can't speak completely on because it's the one I watched the least out of the ones I just listed, but as of episode 2, it had the stuff it had the ingredients, like it had the ragtag bunch of characters. It had it has a plot that has some interest. The idea of this, world renowned drug that is, gone sideways. Like it's almost there, but it's like the Powerpuff Girls. It's missing the chemical X for me. Person like Mappa's doing his usual things are fine. Like, I mean, it's not the animation, it's not the soundtrack. The soundtrack is nice. The idea of the characters are fine, but once you put it all together and there's not really a lot of heart when they interact, it seems like it's a little too color by numbers. It's kind of like, here's our little Spike, here's our little Faye food, like here's our little thing, here's our little like young person type of deal. So I'm not quite as invested as I would have thought I would be, just knowing what the creator normally puts down. In fact, I'm not gonna lie, I dozed off in episode 1 and in episode 2. So now there's something like nice because the soundtrack's so good. It's kind of like a vibe, like it's a good soundtrack. It kind of lulls you just a little bit, but the best example I could give is that I want to say it's episode 1. It could be episode 2 of Cowboy Bebop. You literally have this wonderfully written dialogue between and I say wonderfully written, but when I say what I'm about to say, you're gonna be like, really? And let me just get to that point. is that you have Spike and Jet debating if he is cooking, if Spike is, sorry, if Jeff
I
is
love
cooking
that
beef and broccoli or broccoli and beef. And there is something, so I'm not saying there's missing action, this new
because
show,
that's
but
the
it's
part where he was like, but if it's no beef in here, is it even
I,
beef and broccoli?
it's
I,
so expertly done in the dub, and I have heard some people like try to hunt down the sub for this anime because they think something's lost in translation, and that could be it. But like it's like maybe they didn't record in the same booth, or maybe something happened. Like you don't feel them interact, you don't feel the heart of them interacting as much for me. That I'm like, it doesn't like the action can be the action. Like when he pops off and he's doing
Yeah,
his stuff, the main guy, like it's cool. It's Mappa all day, whatever.
his rush down game is on point too.
Sure, yeah,
I,
he'll roll up on somebody. It's very Mugen esque for him to do that
I,
shit.
Yeah,
I
But
want to say this.
yeah,
Oh, I
no,
want
go
to.
ahead.
I kind of get what you're feeling, but I'm just kind of on the other side of it. I will say that dialogue. I will say you're right. The Axel character haven't had one of those like philosophical debates or talks with one of the characters yet, and I think it's coming with the black guy. I can't remember his name, but he's like a
Douglas.
genius, Douglas. Because and then can I talk a little bit about episode 3? I don't want to like it's not really much to
A
spoil
l-
because
yeah, well,
it's not like nothing to like they doing the same thing, but they're traveling the world and doing following leads. But you're
yeah. So
learning about each of the characters and some of their motivations and thoughts along the way, which is kind of like a little bit different from
I
Bebop
think them
because
splitting up so early for a bigger cast was kind of not what's up.
but
yeah,
Like I don't even know
I,
how down their dynamics are really
I
for them to be splitting up and having
yeah
side dynamics.
I feel like the heart of it, like the crux of the dialogue, will come between Douglas and Axel because they were paired up this time, and they're like, I don't really like you. He's like, yeah, I ain't no fan of yours either. But then they met one of Axel's friends, who he was in jail with,
is it
uh, Jill, who
Julie?
yeah, Jill, I think, and
Cause
and
I
they
think
had
they were
that.
looking for Jerry, and
They were
then
looking
he
for
changed to
Jerry.
Julie or
He's Julie now. Um,
Julina, something with a
I
J.
think it was just like Jill or something,
Julina.
but he like knows Ax, this person really knows Axel pretty good, and just some dialogue and backstory that he just a free spirit, regardless of which he just like he ain't gonna be held down. But we
Yeah,
got to know more of Douglas that like Douglas, even though he's this quiet, reserved dude, he swung on his professor, one of his people who told him, hey man, you ain't gonna be no Black Einstein, you worthless. Knocked him out apparently, and then he wanted to say thank you to one of his professors. So I'm like, all right, I like this. He is the speaking of Samurai Champloo, he is the what you call it? What's his name? With the glasses. He's kind of like the black version of
Gene.
that.
Gene.
Oh,
He's like
sorry,
the
Jin
Gene of
Jean.
the group.
Sorry.
He is cold. He is calculating, but he tells you, he kind of lets you know, like, man, this is my thought process. So I like that we got that by him from episode 3, because
Well,
he's
see,
kind of like,
I kind of got that from the chase in the first episode where he kind of had him at gunpoint. Like he was like, "Look, you lost." He was kind of
but
like,
I just
"You
kind,
lost."
I guess knowing that more deeper story of like, hey man, what motivates him? Like, I want to say thank you to this professor who stuck up for me, and like you say, the music things that it has it's just the lowest of lo-fi vibes, but in a good way. So it is more. It's like
This is
younger at the same time, but it's also just more kind of like not as organized yet, not fully formed.
okay. I'm gonna say Ninja. All right, Ninja. I know what you're saying is not popular, but I agree with you. There's been something sitting with me when I was watching episode 3. I'm like, I don't know what it is.
It's just ain't
It's
there
not
yet.
bad. It's just
It ain't fully
I'm
cooked.
not getting the vibe. It's kind of like, someone cooks you something and you
Yeah.
eat it and it doesn't taste bad. It doesn't taste great. You're like, and then when they're like, okay, well, say you're a family member as a chef or something, and they're like, okay, well, what does it need? And you're like, I don't know.
You know what it is?
I don't know if it's cinnamon. I don't know if it's.
This what
I
it
don't know if
is.
it's if it needs
It's
paprika, but it's just something's not grabbing
The
me.
spirit's
Okay.
not there yet. There's
Ninja
something
Mark.
in it.
y'all tell me if this is true. You know how gumbo is usually better the next day after it sits for a little while, and the season kind of settled into
Yeah.
it. I think that's where we at with
But here's
this.
my thing: it's so different from, I hate to like keep comparing it to the other works by the creator, but you have to keep in mind this is not a long running shonen. Like this is not
No,
going to
Nah.
be, like none of
and it's
his
not
works
even a
ever
shonen.
had.
It's not even a shonen. It's
My point. But
yeah.
that's my point. Is that none of his works ever go past like 25 or so. I think Space Dandy might
No.
have went
Yeah.
up to maybe 50. And correct me if I'm wrong.
Something like that.
But at the same time, like this doesn't give that vibe, right? So it's like
Yeah,
a
because they like we got
slow
like 30
burn
days.
doesn't necessarily pay off if you're not even connecting with anybody just yet. You're kind of like, like I get it, but at the same time, and that's not to deter anyone from watching. That's not to say that it's bad, because at the end of the day, there's so much anime out there, there's so much media consumed. An okay show with great animation, and I say great. There is some AI, but neither here nor there. That's a separate conversation. But decent animation and a great soundtrack. I'm like that's still watchable. Like you still can
Yeah.
turn it on and kind of vibe out or scroll,
It's just
especially
that
because it's only dubbed
we were
available to
all
us.
waiting for like, you know what? It's like we were waiting for like Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, like that level, right? And it's I can't remember the name of the creator now. Shinichiro or Shinichiro. I can't wait. But Watanabe, right? So it seems this comes off to a certain degree like his son created it. Like, you know
Yeah.
how when someone like you have someone who's like an amazing creator and their son or daughter like takes over the reins and it's not bad, but you're like
It literally has all the ingredients. It has
it's
all the
like
ingredients.
It
it
just gotta
has
it gotta cook a
everything.
little. Just gotta cook a little bit,
But you
bro.
can only cook so long in
I
a
know.
show
I
that may
know.
not be as long as you
I,
can only
Yeah.
cook so
I'm
long.
hoping like I know 3 is the ninja rule.
Yeah, because
I
in the
hope it's
third
I hope it's
episode I
really
was
burning by
like,
Niggas ain't
5.
doing no hand holding.
I just hope it's
They
really
want you
burning
to
by 5. Like they
assume
got
the
me.
chemistry the characters have.
I'm gonna watch all of it,
mhm,
but I do want. I know what you're saying. I want by episode 5. I want this thing hot to the touch. Like I want
yeah,
them on the chase. I want more movement. I like the loopiness of it all. The world hopping a little bit, kind of like
yeah,
what I liked about
Globetrotting is dope about it.
what it
Yeah.
was what was that show about the thief or the con men? But
The
that
Great
was just
Pretender.
built to
The Great
Great
Pretender is
Pretender.
a great example in a
It was
similar
cooking.
vein.
Yeah.
Or even Super Crooks was one that was kind of
Yeah,
similar. These are also
exactly.
both Netflix shows.
Ah,
Oh, Super Cooks is good. Super Crooks is great.
Both of those
yeah.
had a
That's
certain
a
je
show
ne
that I
sais
liked the first
quoi that
episode and I
you
just fell off. I don't know what happened. I was just like, because I remember watching the first episode. I was like, oh, this
Get
is
back
dope.
on
And
it,
then I
man.
just forgot.
Watch that thing from the beginning. That thing is
yeah,
good. I need to go back and watch
they're
all of that.
solid.
Yeah.
Word.
But I think those shows are examples that are not necessarily by the creator that kind of still follow the same formula. You're like, you
It's
vibe
in the
with the
family.
music, the ragtag bunch, like it's
Yeah.
got that
The
same
people, they
vibe.
don't know each other. They don't really like each
Yeah,
other. They're kind of thrown
the
together.
Suicide Squad of it all.
Yeah.
And because he didn't create, but he also produced Hatchin and Michiko. That's also like his
Same
vibe.
vibe,
Oh.
same vein.
And it's like it does cook like because you
Now,
know
Michiko does take a
Michiko
while to
just
kind of cook a little bit.
I don't know. It
So,
kind of cooked for me for the first episode,
Episode
but
3, and that might, I want to say it's by episode 3. Maybe I'm wrong. By the time she crashes into that convent situation
yeah, it just
to
took
grab
off.
hatching, yeah, you're
yeah.
like, yeah, let's go. But it's so clear. It's so clear what the idea is, and it's like simple, but it's so good because you're like, this girl's trying to go see what her boo thing was up on, and is gonna get the kiddo on the way. It's not like the nuances come because it's so simple. And I think in this show, it is simple from what we're seeing right now, but it's
Yeah.
lacking the nuances. You're like, okay, the cool dude's talking to the Wally guy, and this, like, the babe is doing this. Like, it's not quite versus
Maybe
like,
it's trying too hard to be Cowboy
I think
Bebop-y.
so.
I,
I think a little bit. I think people were joking online saying we're at Spike 3.0 now, or
I,
4.0, I guess technically.
I don't
Which
want to
I don't
say
mind. I love Spike down. I love Mugen down. The dandiness of it is all fine. But
Space Dandy, yo, straight up Space Dandy, from me to you, I love your opening. I love your opening. Always have. Loved your opening. Still love it. That it's a jam. You know what I'm saying? We here.
Space Dandy's just a good time all around. Shout out to the voice actor. Met him a couple times, dude. Also, the voice of Brooke from One Piece.
Oh, cool. So, all right. I guess any more words on Lazarus at all?
I think we should. I want to give it a vote to give it at least 5. If it ain't cooking for y'all by 5, I look. I love Watanabe enough.
I'll watch it.
It's Watanabe. I gotta give him his shot, but it just seems
I'm
like
gonna watch it.
It's almost like Watanabe going back to his old work and like it. Man, it's tough, man. It's like watching someone coming out of retirement and you like.
I mean, I'm still enjoying it.
So you loving it? You feeling it?
I'm feeling it. I just know what y'all. I do what y'all know what y'all saying. It's a little sleepy. It's a little sleepy-ish right now.
But I'm okay with it being sleepy. Carol and Tuesday, he did Carol and Tuesday. No action in Carol Tuesday whatsoever. It is a straight up American Idol slice of life situation. However, you are very captivated and they could have a conversation about nothing in Carol and Tuesday, and you still listen. You still, if you could feel the characters interacting with each other, and it feels real, and it's still fun, and it has serious moments. So I'm not necessarily comparing it just to Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo. That's unfair. He's done other works, but Carol and Tuesday is nothing like the other things in his catalog, and yet he still got the magic of the characters interacting with each other, and that's what's currently missing. So I'll give it to episode 5, but that's what I'm saying is that like he's capable of doing something slow paced, absolutely. So we'll see.
All right, word. Well, we got the homegirl Gamma coming through. Gamma going look. We got Gamma up in here. Yo, Gamma.
I totally forgot.
Look, yo, Gamma.
Good.
I gotta. How are you feeling about Lazarus? I'm glad you in here because we've been going back and forth about Lazarus. How we feeling? Where are you at about it? How do you you're episode a few in. You know what I'm saying? Where you at?
I am so disappointed.
No.
It's almost unanimous.
Gamma know what's up.
Like
It's almost unanimous, man.
Like I literally. Like, they hyped this up saying this was if freaking John Wick and Cowboy Bebop had a baby. Like, I was beyond hyped for this. Like, the only time I enjoy watching it is when Axel is doing parkour all over the place, trying to, like, either chase somebody or escape. Outside of that, I'm like, what is this storyline? I'm not invested. Like,
oh man,
like, it's
man.
Place. Like,
Rachel slamming the gavel on it. She's like,
I'm not even investing in the characters. Like, who's Axel? Like, why should I care about him? Why should I care about the team? Like,
it's weird because when
the world is ending in like 30 days, like, I'm just not invested. Like,
and we don't even feel a sense of urgency with that. With the 30 days, it's just like, all right.
I think it's gonna build, man. I think once it get down,
they better build quick. They got 30 days. No, sorry, they got like 28 days now.
I know.
It better be quick before those AI backgrounds.
It got 9 left.
It better be quick.
Are they really AI backgrounds?
Yep. Mappa admitted that they've been doing AI for like stills and backgrounds.
Look,
I guess it makes sense.
Mappa beat they animators' hands to the nub.
Look, so I guess it makes sense to do. I mean, it's like. It's kind of like having the computer do second unit stuff. I know second unit is for live action, but the second unit are the people that go and get, like the footage of like the taxi cab driving down the street because all you hear is their audio voiceover while the person is in the cab. You don't need Matthew McConaughey or Denzel to be there. You just drive the taxi cab down the street.
If they're running AI from solely their own catalog, I'll let them make it. Which might be the case.
I guess that sort of makes sense.
Mappa said they go get them deadlines done one way or the other.
I need Adult Swim to step up because at this rate, it's like no wonder
they've been flailing.
Cartoon Network is like no one. Like, what are y'all doing? Like y'all literally aren't putting out anything for the youth. You aren't putting anything out for teens. Like you're strictly trying to, I guess, gear towards adult with Adult Swim, and y'all are failing. Y'all
was 5 episodes and I dropped it. That's bad. It's literally the link. It's literally
And
the equivalent of walking out in the movie theater.
I know Ninja,
Bruh.
even though me, Mark, and Mike, we love Ninja Kamui. I know they don't believe this. I know it is not a hot look because a lot of people hated it.
Yeah,
So right now,
a
I
lot
know
of
this is,
people.
and Uzumaki was also like the the a
Oh
dud
yeah,
after the first
Uzumaki was
episode
another one
because it
that
just
I
story
think.
great, but couldn't do
Yeah.
that. They couldn't. They and all the backstory that came out, what happened. I
True.
don't want Watanabe to suffer
Also,
because of these other things have suffered, but
also, like Adult Swim isn't putting this stuff out like together. Like for instance, it's like Uzumaki's out. Okay, Uzumaki is done. Now Ninja Kamu is like look, Adult Swim, you got to build a block, bruh. Like we need a block. We need a full hardcore block like back in the day where it's like, all right, look, I'm gonna
I
sit
don't
down
think
for like
we
3 hours
we
at
do
Adult Swim. You know what I'm
we
saying?
get it sometimes, but then
You need a
like they
full
got to
block.
do other stuff. They've been doing other promotions. Like they got this. I like Ginger Root. I ain't gonna mind it, but I know a lot of people mad that he about to have like he got a special like this music thing going. Ginger Root. It's kind of anime adjacent. It's like Japanese humor. It's
Mhm.
kind of rock music, whatever. So I know some people are not feeling their direction, but I also think they're not going to expand Adult Swim because again, WB not going to go deep into it. I think they just going to do so much, and like they get hits on other stuff, but it's like I think we got all caught. I think they all got caught up in the failure of Max when HBO and Max got
Yeah.
shifted. Things just kind of like
I mean,
sorting
Max
stuff
came out
out.
on top, so they can still very much still tap into that streaming revenue. They very
Yeah,
much could utilize that pathway. I don't see that necessarily as something that should halt them, especially considering how big streaming is, and you can access anime pretty easily, especially Adult Swim anime on Max now. However, they let the projects go on too long, and then they pick it back up, and then they are no longer invested in it when they pick up back up to invest in it.
yeah,
Uzumaki was in production for years.
yeah. It got
Had no
Yeah.
business being in
suffered.
production as long as it was in production.
It
It
Love it
also
or
was.
had no
not, it
business
was
looking
far too
bad
long.
after being in production that long.
It's almost like you could tell that they produced the first episode, got the trailer, got the hype, had to shut things down, and then when it came out, they're like, "It'll be all right."
Well, it literally.
It doesn't work. People are just too hypersensitive to how quality works now because it's so many. If you get a nugget of quality, if you get a Blue Eyed Samurai or something like that, right? You're like, "Oh no, this is it."
Yeah, after Blue Eye Samurai,
Period.
after Arcane and stuff like y'all can't be half stepping these days, man, because people gonna be
Like
like, "Yo, hold up, we've seen some
Uzumaki
real stuff."
just was a real victim of the merger, and
Yeah,
people like things got dropped, like Ninja said, and then they just kind of like the fact that they say, "Do y'all want to kill it?" or just throw it out there like it is. They like, please just go ahead and put it out. Like let's let because we know what's gonna happen if we don't put it out. You'll never see the light of it, and all you'll see is articles about the whispers and blah blah blah. And it's just like I don't know, man. I'm pleased, but I get it. Maybe Adult
nah,
Swim
I
is
watched Uzumaki to
gotta.
the end, and I enjoyed it for the story because I like the creepy weird stuff, but I could tell
Oh
clearly in
yeah,
the
it
second
dropped
episode,
off.
I mean, the story is going to be good because I mean, it's a
what's
classic.
going on here?
Them
I was
characters
like, okay, I'm gonna roll with it, but
was PS2 floating.
But to be honest, it's such a. I mean, that's such a short manga. Like normally, I would be in the same boat of like, oh well, I don't want to finish the manga, whatever. So like, I need my, I'm just gonna watch through it. But Uzumaki is so short. At that point, just read the manga. It will. You read it in like
Yeah.
what, like an hour, if that. Like it's so short. So it's like
because
no.
story wise, at the end of it, I am definitely interested in getting more uh animations based on those works. But I
There's
could
something out
clearly
there.
I could clearly see the drop in quality. But I was just like, you know what? All right, cool. This isn't. I guess it didn't bother me that bad because they weren't doing any fighting, so I could just focus on the weirdness and the creepiness. Now, if we had something where
You
we were
basically
moving,
were watching. You were basically
uh,
watching a visual novel instead of
yeah,
an anime.
like
Yeah.
if they were moving, playing sports, racing cars or something, then I'd be like, come on, bro, like look, y'all gotta do something. But since they were just kind of walking and talking, and then weird stuff was happening, like a person contorting into a wheel or something, a spiral.
into a spiral.
Yeah, that I could roll with that. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
mean,
I,
oh
I could roll with
no,
that.
I can agree that Adult Swim, like, I just don't want it to stop.
Yeah,
Zaslav,
I don't
don't you
want it to
do it?
stop
Don't you
neither.
do it? I don't want it to stop.
Maybe
It's
Adult Swim
just,
just need to be owned by someone.
I,
We keep circling back to WB need to just sell off its stuff.
I
Whenever,
mean,
whether we talk about DC, whether we talk about Adult Swim, we always circle back to maybe they just need to sell it.
but
Need to
Somebody
do
will
something.
appreciate it.
problem is nobody wants to buy network TV shows, cable TV shows.
Oh, Netflix would be more than happy.
Oh,
Netflix,
Netflix
I
would
could
do.
see,
Netflix would be more
I
than
could
They
happy.
could.
see
That's
either
all
Netflix
like
would
their
be
Netflix.
more than
projects,
happy to produce this show.
They are
but they
They
don't
would
want.
be
notorious for
more than happy.
resurrecting
But they don't want the
shows.
TV show. They don't want the channel. Like people with the money don't want the channels.
Yeah, but
So
what
that
you
I,
do is that you release well, now anime is a little bit more tricky because you can't unless you're gonna have multiple seasons. It's the only way it works. But if you look at like some live action stuff, look at You for example. You was on
mhm.
Lifetime of all things, and Netflix picked it up. So I'm not saying necessarily in this
Mm.
particular case this show from there because obviously it's not going to be a lot of seasons of it, but there's something that they could produce in some
Now,
realm of
I think
capacity
if
that
they could
they
I
could
buy,
pick
think
up.
Netflix could essentially
I,
buy the brand of Adult Swim off
Sure.
of
I,
WB, and
I
then
honestly
it can
think
be
this.
Adult Swim on Netflix, and you open
If I'm
Netflix and go
Netflix,
straight to Adult Swim.
I'll be
You get your
honest.
whole wall of like Adult Swim
I
It
would
content.
would
think
be
so.
cool,
I think that either or
but
But they
Netflix
just
don't
bought
really
MGM.
have
They,
to
I don't know
buy
if
the
they got money
brand
like that right
Adult
now.
Swim. All
Amazon's a
they
little
need
iffy
to,
too.
they just need to get the creators. Keep getting the creators. They kind of have built
Yeah,
their brand. It would be cool, but Netflix
because
is kind of
Netflix.
already creating its own Adult Swim. It's
Yeah,
kind
see,
of
like
is
Netflix
on the
has
block.
anime, but it still doesn't have. It doesn't have a.
I
It
Solid
doesn't
use
mean,
that
have. It doesn't
brand.
have like a name. Like if they had like like
well, they got it under the Netflix Geek
I
banner.
don't
They
know.
kind of
Yeah,
put
but
that all under there.
that's not
But it's
something
several
that's
pathways. Yeah.
yeah.
But
That's not
but that's
like
kind of their
Adult
juice that they're
Swim is
working on.
like we know it. Like
Yeah,
people know it. Like people don't really when they think of Netflix, they still think of. I mean, people think of like Tiger King. People think of like House of
true, true,
Cards. People
true.
think of like
I mean, if
Well,
Netflix could literally pick up the Pop the Balloon show on YouTube, I think they're
true,
open to popping
true.
to collecting
I look,
Exactly.
way more.
I would love for Watanabe to get a deal with Netflix. Me personally, I would like to
Nah,
see
Carolyn
anything that
Tuesday was
gets
saved on Netflix. Like people
true.
weren't
It
really watching
was.
it until it dropped on Netflix,
It did
myself
save it.
included.
But I just anything that would get Zaslav fired, yes.
I mean,
I was
yeah,
just saying it
and
was
Netflix has saved some anime. I mean, and it has like for me, Berserk. I never heard about Berserk in my
Hmm.
life. Never knew about it. It was on Netflix. I was like, oh, cool. It's like some sword and sandal type stuff. All right, some like knights and whatever. Cool. I watched it. It does the anime thing of throwing a crazy curve on you. It is not for kids. Cause see,
Definitely not for kids.
in my
Not
mind,
not
I'm
even
like,
a little
oh,
bit.
cool. I'm like, oh, cool. It's like, swords, knights, and stuff.
Oh
Cool.
no.
And see, the
but
funny thing about Berserk is it'll be like, all right, cool. Here's a sprinkle of supernatural. And you'll be like, all right, I mean, all right, it's like, fairies or something cool. And it's like sword, sword, sword. Then a little sprinkle. And then there's a part of a movie where they say, remember when we told you there was supernatural stuff going on? And you're like, yeah, I remember. They were like, it's about to get crazy. And you're like, what do you
so
mean crazy? Oh no, it's about to get super crazy. Like you need to turn the volume down and make sure ain't nobody coming into the room because it's about to get stupid. Remember, this is Japan. And it's
but
because I was like, what? I was like, what happened to my Knights of the Round film that I was watching? They was like, nah, that's over. They was like, that's over. And now it's all about revenge. Cause
I
that's all you got
mean,
left after that.
I
but
mean, we're like we know how we all got into anime when we're younger. Right now, kids are getting into anime from streaming, namely like
Mhm.
Netflix. I have coworkers whose kids watch Indigo League of all things. They're watching OG Pokemon on Netflix, and that is getting them to
Wow.
watch the new stuff because that's where it is now.
It's
So
so good for them because they ain't got to wait week to week. They're gonna be
man,
like,
yeah, but I'm saying
next
like it's
week.
not like the kids are gonna open up Crunchyroll. They're not. That's not gonna be accessible to them.
Nah, it's
And
gonna be
more
Netflix.
people have moved away from cable. And Max kind of has a connotation of being kind of a more adult like app too. Like for the most
Yeah.
part, like I don't necessarily open HBO Max thinking I'm gonna watch,
I mean,
Barney and Friends. So I do think that there is something there, and Amazon Prime could be it if it like was consistent with its animation, which is
it don't
Yeah,
want to
not.
they're
be.
not.
It don't want.
Which
They
is
clearly
not.
don't want to be.
I
Netflix
was
at least
like, they
does
don't.
show it.
They
It
don't.
wants to be. Like
Right.
Netflix is highly invested in international programming, and that
Yep.
anime has a
I
heavy
mean,
influence.
Netflix
But
Japan is definitely a thing that's already there. A lot of
so
shows are even straight up released on Netflix. We just don't get like as far as week to week release on Netflix. So I'm like, it's definitely
and
there.
Netflix Korea, I believe, because they
They
import
do
the
their
Korea
stuff week to
shows.
week too.
So yeah, because
Yeah.
we
So
finally got Week
Netflix, I
Heroes
think
finally
Netflix
out.
has, especially out of the streaming wars, it really seems like Netflix is still
Yes,
the king.
absolutely,
And
By far.
by
I'd
far
say
they won.
maybe Disney then Max maybe.
Yes,
Amazon
It's
Prime
it's
kind
only
of doesn't
Disney. It's
count
only Disney because
because
it's owned by
Y'all
Hulu. I
don't.
mean,
I would
Hulu's
say
owned by
don't sleep
Disney.
on Hulu.
Hulu and
so
Disney are owned both by Disney. That's why.
yeah,
That's why they're number two. It's the same
yeah.
app.
So
yeah, so it's like it's Amazon sort of doesn't count because people have Prime really so they can get that stuff tomorrow. So it's like
it's
it's like
increasing in live
bundled
shows,
in there.
I
It's
use
like,
Prime for movies.
but
yeah,
I
so
guess
it's kind of there. But I mean, they did buy MGM 4 years ago, something like that. So
Once
that could
again,
be turning.
movies.
Yeah, once again, movies. So I, I don't know. Maybe Adult Swim could go.
bro, they not selling.
Maybe
Not
Max just like really
WB
double
ain't
down
selling
on
it because
Adult Swim. But
they going to do it to make us suffer. That's why they
like
never
it's,
go do it. I wish they would. I want Zaslav fired.
I just think Max needs to
yeah.
do something, or maybe like rebrand it as like Adult Swim on Max or something like that. And
They
then
have that on there. You can go to the Adult Swim Hub,
oh,
right?
word.
Yeah,
Cause
you
see,
go
I
to the
left
Adult
Max
Swim Hub.
when they did the
They
whole
call,
switching from HBO Max to Max. I
yeah.
left.
I
No, I'm
think
still on there. They call it a hub, and you like it has the
When
logo on there and everything. You can go look at. I don't know if they still have Boondocks on there now, but you can go look at all kinds of
word.
crazy Adult Swim content, which is really cool. I'm not gonna lie, I do like
I,
that.
Okay.
But at the same time, you have to your new stuff has to be the same quality of the old stuff.
Yeah, and you gotta hit us hard. Like
Sure.
you can't get us like Invincible Fight Girl and then be like, oh, okay, cool, that's over. Wait a little bit, then you'll get Ninja Kamui. Then wait a little bit, then you'll get Uzumaki or something. Like we need to get all that stuff. Like you need to schedule it. We get all at the same time. Like if you had a crazy block of like Lazarus, Ninja Kamui, Invincible Fight Girl, Uzumaki, like
Or
all
at
that
if
stuff.
least
if
daily.
Yeah, then it'd be like, oh snap, like yo,
now I
Adult
do
Swim is
think they
back.
need to bring back like the other block, like you said, the rerun block,
True.
and like the sunrise block or the late night block. Even if you got to show,
Sunrise.
if you got to show like I know common effects or whatever about the drugs or the mushrooms have
Oh,
been a
what is it?
hit.
Side effects or something like that?
Yeah,
Common
I
side
haven't watched
effects,
it
yeah.
yet, but it is a hit. But
Yeah.
I don't know why it's on Saturday. It seemed like it would have been a Sunday thing, but they say because of the plot, it's kind of it fits in either or. Nebulous. I would have saved that for Sunday and moved something else in, but you never know. It just might be a licensing money, and and it might just be Zazoff being an a-hole. Like, hey, this is all the time you get. Figure it out, or there will be no Adult Swim.
Oh,
I think
also,
it's sadly probably that
speaking
one.
of Zaslav, because I was watching Star Wars Celebration lately, and I still saw people in the chat talking about firing Kathleen Kennedy. Bruh, if y'all ain't saying fire Zaslav, I don't want to hear nothing no more.
I'm ready to move on to another topic. I'm tired of
But
Zazoff.
yeah,
I don't
it's like
know. Just move it
Zaz,
on.
come on, bruh. But all right, so I'm gonna throw this one out there. I'm going to apologize to a show that I now enjoy called My Hero Vigilantes.
Oh, you hear this, Mark? Now he enjoys it.
Please tell me why, cause I
No,
because
that's
no.
I'm struggling.
no.
I think you might be struggling for the same reason I'm still struggling, but I do
I guess
like
so.
it more
Quick question,
now.
Rachel. How many have you watched?
I've only watched one episode, but that one
Okay.
episode I was like,
All right,
Give it three.
Gamma,
Give it three.
Gamma. I'm with you. That first episode, I did not like it. I thought it was whack.
Wow.
So,
Man.
here's guys. I know I keep
Harsh.
shrinking. I got a new gas canister coming tomorrow. I keep shrinking. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna shrink. Now I'm gonna come back. Don't worry about that. It's coming tomorrow. I'm gonna fix it. The chair gonna be right as rain. So anyway, the first episode I thought was whack.
Wow.
But when I watched the first and second episode back to back and also in English, I liked it a lot better. Um, for me, Vigilantes was better when I could go into the second episode off of the first one. And I think I enjoy the English version more. Now, I know there's going to be people in the comments saying that I'm not a real anime fan. I don't care. I speak English. I want to hear it in English. When I learn
I
Japanese
also
fluently,
enjoy it in English.
that'll be
Mike.
great. But for right now, I listen to English, I hear English, I speak English. That's my first language. That's what I'm gonna watch it in, if I can. So in this case, I've watched episode 1, 2, and 3 all back to back in English. I like it a lot better now. A lot better.
I'll give it a try.
I still think there's some things where I'm like, you're doing the stuff where it's like,
What?
this is the
What
show
did you
you
not
could
like?
have.
What?
Here's the thing: give us the show without all of the heroes. Stops to being like, oh well, you could have Endeavor for a couple seconds.
I want to push
it's
back on
nice.
that. I want to push back on that. That's a joke. It's a parody. They are parodying. It's showing you
I
the difference.
know, but I'm
And that's
tired
what
of
they-
seeing it.
that's what they-
Let us
that's
see
what you
them
go
grow.
get.
I want to
They're
see
going
them
to-
grow.
They're going to grow, but that is a little bit of tongue-in-cheek
I mean,
humor.
I see the crawler growing right away.
Yeah, you're gonna get that.
No, but I want to see them grow without any interference from. I
They're
don't
not
want
getting any interference.
because there's. Can I finish my point?
I'm sorry, but
They're not. I hate them bringing them in. It's
Why?
almost like it's almost like in Young Justice when I felt like, yo, get Batman out of here. I'm tired of seeing like let these young kids run. Like one of my biggest gripes about Young Justice was like they kept bringing the old guy. I'm like, I don't need get off me. We grown
But
now.
don't they
Or
have somebody
kinda
over?
grown a
They
little
had
bit.
people over them though.
I know, but stay at the base. All right, stay at the base.
I mean,
Okay.
well, Mike, I'm just gonna push back. Batman is like bacon. Bacon makes everything a little bit better. So you can never
Okay.
have too much Batman. So
Bacon grease.
So
Bat-
with that, you know,
Yo, shouts to everybody. Shouts to everybody who mama or daddy saved that bacon grease in that mason
Wow.
jar
Yeah.
to grease up the pan to make them fried
Put a little
eggs.
flavor in it.
Hey, put a little. Don't act like you didn't. Don't act.
Look,
No,
hey.
I know. Oh, I'm a vegan now. Don't act like you know you did it. You know you
hey,
did
I
it,
got
and them
in trouble-
eggs was good
I
too.
got in trouble throwing the bacon grease out.
You don't throw out the grease.
You
man.
don't throw out that bacon
I
grease,
threw
boy.
it out, and my mama looked at me like, "What is wrong with you?"
Okay,
Yo,
I'll admit this, but can I say this?
all right,
Fair
go
enough
ahead.
points. For me, I'll say this. I ain't want to poo-poo on your point, so I ain't want to be rude. I get the humor of it. It don't bother me because they're just there for a second, and it's kind of this weird. It's kind of like because it's two different creators. Because it's like you got the dude who created the whole My Hero thing.
Mhm.
Then like his homie is doing the hyper focus on just these three characters and the day-to-day stuff that they're doing. The crux of my Hero Vigilantes, everybody that they're dealing with don't have these like world-breaking quirks. They're not gonna like it's like they're right there.
They're the defenders.
They're so
They're
it's
the
like
street level guys.
the quirk basically how fast they wrapped it up. They're like gods, and they're right there, but they're so far away, and that just keeps hammering that homie for that point home for Koichi and for like for Knuckle Duster. Like,
Yeah, Knuckle
oh,
Duster.
look at these, yeah, look at them, they're great, they're superstars. Whoop-de-doo, y'all clean up the problem that's the major destruction, but y'all not seeing the bigger picture.
And they
And
keep
the
telling
person-
them. They keep telling them about the drugs on the street. Ain't nobody listening, man.
But it's like, you know, shout out to them just beating them innocent people up like hell. Like these boy got like I'll bite my homie like they made him a little too crazy, like a Texas smash on innocent people. So they're not doing no detective work.
Yo,
But I do kind of like
yo,
that.
and they even
That,
told them they're like, yo, this drug that people they giving it to people and it's making
but
they yo
what's cool
eraser
is the
eraser won't try to hear nothing. He was
But
like, I don't
what's
care.
good about this is Eraser, I think that's why I'm glad that Eraser's the first hero that had a true interaction. Because he's kind of like your Batman. He ain't, he can shut down massive people, but he works in secret and he works the underground a little bit. So he's not an idiot. So he's just like, look, it's my day off. I'll holler at you, but I'll keep an eye on things. But the police are showing that they're active and like, hey man, All Might can take down, a giant monster within a second, but he's not gonna necessarily
Homie
do
did a Texas smash
a
when I don't think
Texas
that was
smash on the
I don't think
innocent
that was
person.
necessary.
No, Endeavor popped that dude up. Endeavor construction
Yo,
arms,
Endeavor
big
gave
arms.
him a straight up
God,
Shoryuken uppercut.
bruh, they destroyed. They got lawsuits. They should have lawsuits coming. The people are like, I was innocent, and they beat the
Well,
shit out of me.
technically they weren't innocent because some of these people are being dosed with the drug. Some of these people are taking the drug
I'm
willingly.
talking about
So,
that do that Fracas where they just like where the
oh
lady
yeah,
laced the bees. They just like the dude was squirting water out. They like, what is going on? And he just probably got mollywopped, like destroyed. So I'm just saying, like, I just kind of like this. It's around one neighborhood or one part of wherever they're at in Tokyo. And I ain't gonna lie, I like it so much. I've been reading ahead. I kind of like what's to come. I
all
haven't
right, cool.
even reading ahead. It still haven't gotten like to like this world breaking thing or yet. So, but it's like you see more characters. It's a little more character driven. It's a little more snarkier. I think for like what the creator is doing. I like his design, his notes in the manga. I know I'm talking manga, but I like when he talks about the different rough designs of the characters and why he did it. And that's one thing I do like about reading manga when they actually take time to put those like they're like bumpers, if you will. It's
Got
not
you.
animated, but it just breaks down like, oh, this is why I designed her like this. This is what I was told to make her look like, blah blah blah. And it's like, it's shout out
Pop step.
to the whole crossover between JoJo and X-Men with the two middle school characters, which is funny. But it's like he broke those. I had to read the notes on them.
Hold up, they're in
It's
middle
like
school.
they're middle school. I know.
Hold up. So, all right. See,
They're middle school.
Japan. Oh
14.
man.
It goes to 14. So in possibility, I know they look old, but they do have
This dude
old
living
14.
by himself, got beer in the house and stuff. Like what?
Oh no, he's not. He's not middle school. I'm talking about
okay.
the kids with the academic.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they look like they are extras out of Windbreak. But just like but I like the gags that they do, like the references to other anime they had, like Pokemon slipped in there real quick in episode 3 because they had an Ash Ketchum and his Pikachu, fake Pikachu. So I'm digging My Hero Vigilantes. But Rachel,
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot better than I liked it when I first watched it.
I would say Rachel, I hope by episode 3, I think you will like it better. I hope that
I'll give it a
So I'll
try.
give it a
I
shot.
mean, they got Wolverine and Cyclops.
I'll give it a try, but I was like, oh, this is not
Man.
what I was expecting, and I don't want to watch anymore. It's not doing it for me. But
Yeah.
well, I want to pose a question to y'all. I was
Mhm.
thinking this week because I don't know if y'all have been watching one of the new anime that I just absolutely fell in love with after 2 episodes, became obsessed, then ended up having to read the webtoon and obsessed with the webtoon and everything. You probably know what I'm about to talk about. The beginning after the end. Like
The beginning after the end.
No, I
yes,
haven't heard of
it
it.
is giving solo leveling vibes.
Oh no.
It in a sense of like the story of the underdog and then maxed out OP, but he's fighting for the greater good of humanity and everything. It's really good.
So he fighting?
First episode. Oh yeah, he's fighting. But
Okay, he fighting. Is he training?
Does he have a personality?
Yes.
Does he actually care about people?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Everybody fights. And come on, Mike.
No. Trust me. Listen. So it's the first 2 episodes got me because he was essentially it's like a isekai, but not really, but kind of at the same time. But yeah, I saw the first 2 episodes and I started reading the manhwa, and then I started seeing online where people were bashing the animation. You know, when I first watched the 2 episodes, to me, when people bash animation, I'm just like, I mean, it's watchable. It's not like stick figures. But when I started to read the webtoon, I was like, oh, I think I kind of see where the disappointment lies. Like, how is the webtoon drawn way better than the anime? Like, it's usually supposed to be the other way
Oh,
in reverse.
that's easy because they
So
get to one of the more cult rate companies that got to get it out,
yes, and that
and they
Yeah.
here's
just
my
be like, "This is
question.
what you gonna do."
Here's my question I want to pose to y'all. So as a writer, author, creator, here are your two choices. You have this content, this light novel, this graphic novel, this webtoon that you have developed and created. And you want it to become an anime. Do you go with a studio that is going to draw it on par, on the same level as the animation done in Solo Leveling, but you have no creative control? Like, you giving it to them, but it's going to look great. Or do you go with a studio that you have full creative control, but the drawing and animation is not going to be as good? Like, what
I
do you
got it.
do?
My answer is this. Well, I guess looking in Japan, they typically don't have any choice who gets it, and they don't have creative control. I would want, if I can get creative control, I'm going for creative control.
That is what the author of the beginning after the end, he went with, I forgot, something Cat Studio, and the reason he went with them was because they gave him creative control of the content and the story, so he trusted and went with them. But as I've been reading the webtoon, there's been like, there's notes from where he's literally gone through 3 different artist production companies, like 3 different artist styles. So I'm just like seeing like all that going on, and I'm like, man, you just haven't had the best of luck with art. It's drawn like the webtoon has been drawn. I think it's beautifully. I wasn't a fan of the second artist production, but the first one was off the chain, and not the current, but the last one, the third one, I thought drew like really well, like on par with Solo Leveling.
I see what they're talking about, because I'm looking at the trailer, and I'm looking at but people also got to remember, you want art that looks like a comic book. There's a that comic book, I can sit down and draw one image. That image ain't gotta move. Once you start moving that image,
you gotta make it where it is
hard. It's going to take a lot of time.
Just the skill to make it
I would split the difference with you, Gamma, and say instead of giving me a series, let's go in and make a movie instead, about maybe like the first 4 issues or whatever. Combine that into a movie so we can spend more time on it and still get it. Now, if it has to be a show, like Coop said, creative control.
9 times out of 10, it gotta be a show.
Give me a creative control all day. Like, if we can't just make this a movie and half short, twice strong,
only if I could get like one of the legendary people to do it. Like if it's like Wit, or if it's Bones, or if it's Mappa, or if it's like Studio IG, Production IG. If I can get one of them, I might give all right, I'll cut some of my creative control. I'm not
against this animation at all, but it's definitely not like the animation comes off like it's something aimed at children. And the manga looks like it's adult themed.
Yes.
Or at least like, like older kid, like 13 plus kind of thing. Because the manga looks sweet. So I could definitely see where they're coming from. I can see where the beef is.
I'm almost mad that I started reading the webtoon, because now that I'm started back watching the anime, it's like hard, because I'm just like, that looks horrible. Like, that was
told you. I've been telling y'all, book readers, stop reading that book. Wait until it's over, then read the book.
Absolutely not.
But I couldn't wait.
I got Invincible, but I'm not reading Invincible until the show's done, because I know I'm gonna read something and be like, why they didn't do this? So I'm gonna be mad. Nah, especially growing up, because I love horror films. So growing up, all I heard all day was Stephen King book readers talking about how Stephen King, everything is great and they ruined everything forever and ever. And sometimes they do be ruined stuff, but still, but still, like I don't read the book until after whatever's done, and then I'll go read the book and be like, okay, cool. So I don't have to feel like I'm comparing as I'm going along. But I can see where the beef is. I can definitely see. I can see the art for the art. But if I'm telling you, if they were if they were going to make the art like this mega art I'm looking at animated, it's gonna be one of those. Season one gonna be here in 5 years, and we ain't never gonna see it. And then season two gonna be another
Well,
5 years. We ain't
I
never
feel
gonna see
like
it.
Solo Leveling was able to do it. Like, so it's just
But
hard
look
for
at how they rushed through that. Like
Yeah,
because you read Solo
they
Leveling too, right?
Mm-hmm.
See how they
they
rushed through
cut
that?
so much out
They
that
did.
made it
Shoots.
flow.
That is one of Coop's biggest gripes.
Like
Where
Um,
the
what Coop
story
is
is
talking
already
about.
getting kind of thin in the manhwa for me, but it's like it's still like okay, I can finish it. Season
Wow.
two, as good. It's a show that I may not want to continue. I might just finish the book because if you're gonna do that with pacing, no,
Yeah.
like
I feel like they made up for that. Well, they probably thought they made up for it in investing in the big fight scenes, which
yeah,
Yeah.
I can appreciate. Like,
But then
it,
those fight
it's
scenes don't
it's
seem
made for
like they
TikTok.
should. They think it seems
It's
like they should be longer.
it's
And
yeah,
also, I've never read the manga, and I felt like
it's a
things were cut
TikTok
out.
type of show. It's like the TikTok show. It's kind of like I
So
don't know about this. I don't
I
want my
mean,
anime.
I'm holding back because I don't know.
He didn't.
I ain't think much of the pro tag.
So yeah, I'm kind of like yeah.
I still recommend the anime though, because I mean,
all right,
at least
cool.
2 episodes got me into wanting to read
All right, I'm gonna
the
peep it. I'm gonna
webtoon,
peep that out.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna peep
looked
that
at
out.
the
and
trailer.
Get
it's
Not
a really good story. Like, just the story. Even if you don't want to watch the
but
anime, I encourage you to
speaking
read the webtoon because it's a
of
really good story.
pro tags that
Word.
Mark doesn't like, the quickest show to review, Windbreaker. So
Oh,
quickly review.
all right, cool. Let's do Windbreaker.
I
Windbreaker.
love it.
What you got, Coop? What you got?
It's like I put it in that it's a perfect slot to watch on Saturday morning as a Saturday morning cartoon. I know all the anime people just like, hear the word cartoon. It don't. I can
It's
turn my
just a
brain off
it's just a colloquial
completely.
term for animated content, man. It
I
doesn't
know, but you
matter.
know how they take it as a
No,
slight.
but I'm just talking to those type of people. It's
I
like
know,
it doesn't matter.
but
Like just
it's
watch
just
it.
colorful characters that builds around this pro tag. Cool, he fight, do some
He's
flip
learning.
kicks.
He's learning,
They
man.
wear
He's
cool
learning.
uniforms. It's poppy. It's like it
And you're
pops off
invested
screen.
in the characters. They managed to make you
Feelings.
invested in the characters.
I don't know if I'm overly invested. I just like what's going on. It just works for me. Like it's just like okay, cool. They got to go beat these
Yo,
dudes
I
up.
like
These
Sakura,
dudes disrespect
man.
them.
He out
Go
there.
do
He out
that.
there learning.
watched every episode, and I'm sorry, I just don't get it.
My favorite character though, I got three. I gotta think I got my 3 favorite characters.
Mhm.
Dude with the red afro. I like the dude with the eye patch because I have become a Majima fan. He's like Majima Junior. So he's like this is like where Majima started out. If you play Yakuza, I don't know why they do. I need to know why he got an eye patch. And I think
Yeah,
I
that's
kind of
true.
like the little the dude with the pink hair who do like kind of like the Neji
Oh,
horse push type style. I
yeah.
like
It's like
those three.
it's like a very kind of Tai Chi-ish kind of vibe.
Those 3 stand out to me the most. And I just like when Sakura flip kick somebody because he just go flip. He go flip kick you in the head and bounce off your head like Mario. He gonna put
Yo.
all his feet in your
The
face.
very last episode I watched, they had a guy sit and tell Sakura how much he appreciated him, and Sakura always, "What are you talking about? I don't want to be loved."
He's a
I
male
think
suitor,
he's
man.
one of
Male
the
suitor.
stupidest protagonists.
He's
Nah, man. He getting them feel. They breaking down. You know, you got to peel back the layers of the onion. They peeling it back.
you know, he's a macho kid.
Hey,
And,
when you
you
peel
know,
back the layers of the onion, all it do is irritate your eyes, and that's what I'm experiencing with
fair enough.
windbreaker. If when I was a kid, if they called you a windbreaker, they're talking about you farting, and that's kind of the equivalent of this to me.
But, wow.
Oh man.
But
Dang,
for
but the
me,
fight scenes
He
are
said
awesome.
watching Windbreaker is like sniffing somebody's farts.
I really feel like Windbreaker gives us the action and just the realistic like high school beef fighting brawl that Tokyo Revengers was supposed to get us.
Don't
Like,
worry
Tokyo
about class. They are failures in class.
Tokyo
are-
Revengers is still
Yep.
it's still good, but it's very adult like drama. It's just like,
I-
damn, y'all barely in high school.
Look.
Like,
Yo, they say the children are our
Windbreaker
future. You know what I'm saying?
took the delinquent crown from me.
yes,
Snatched
exactly.
it up from
Perfect.
Tokyo
Yes.
Revengers.
Yes.
I never came back when old boy was shot at the end of the season. I did come back and he was still getting beat up, and I know the ending of Tokyo Revengers. Thank you, Calvin, for saving me time. Boy just don't seem like he ever gonna get hands. At least, and I'm not saying I'm not a meathead guy, but I appreciate Asaka. He's a throwback. He's one of the few throwbacks. I like my delinquents to be just like this.
Back.
Just
Just
the
throwing back.
the core bars of the world. Tough guy, macho kid learning his way, and they got cool uniforms. I'm sorry, I just like it.
Yo, man.
It's something I can't explain. It's stupid. Oh, Rachel gotta jump out.
All right, cool.
So we're gonna keep it moving. But I just wanted to really, there's nothing much to discuss with Windbreaker. It's cool.
He's getting more feelings. He's becoming a leader. He's realizing, that he needs to do more than just, fight for himself. He's fighting for the admiration and also representing a leadership.
I'm experiencing.
Feelings.
Why do I get so mad when I see my friends lose?
Hey, but Mark, he got more feelings than Jin Woo. He got more feelings than Jin Woo. At least his heart is working.
Yeah, Jin
Woo's heart is
cold as ice.
You know what? Jin Woo is like a kung fu Grinch. Like, cause he got the skills, but he like, I don't want to help nobody.
Jin Woo had a heart.
I don't need nothing no more.
He died, and that heart got replaced with a block of ice. You're like, oh, y'all let me die?
I got an ice box where my heart used to be.
Yeah, he dressed just like that video. He looked, a perfect soul.
He was like, stop the video.
Let me farm some aura real quick, as they say.
Yo, man.
Shout out to all the skits.
Jin Woo is like, we said before, Jin Woo is the Black Mamba of like protags. Homie is like, give me the ball and get out the way.
I almost say that's an insult to
I got
Kobe,
love
man.
for Kobe, but Kobe
was cold, but Kobe was passionate.
Kobe would be like, give me the ball, get out the way. And if y'all ain't gonna give me nobody who can play, then I want to be traded.
I mean, fair enough. Jin Woo is his own team, but I just wanted to give some love to Windbreaker. It ain't much.
Yeah, Windbreaker. It's basically, Sakura. He's growing. He's learning. I think this season is going to be about him owning the role as a leader and also being comfortable as a leader. I think that's what this season is going to be about.
I want to go in a new direction. I didn't watch the second episode of Mobile Suit Gundam, so I'm gonna leave that this week. I am going to pick it up, but it's gonna probably be on the fringes. But the one that I ain't ready to give up yet, he's back. You talk about meatheads, but he's a little in over his head. He got a lot going on. It's about to get really weird, y'all. Loser Ranger is back. I watched 2 episodes out.
Loser Ranger.
I've read a lot. Like, I'm probably in the third. I got maybe a third left of the book, so I just put it down for a while. I'm gonna tell y'all, like, I'm not gonna front with y'all. It's about to get really bizarre, but I am liking the vibe of it back. I love the music, the circus music in the back, where you just know like nothing
Not the
is
circus
right.
music,
because it's like Tim Burton-ish weird. Like Mike, you probably did not watch the premiere. Cause I know you said you ain't.
Nah, I'm not coming back to Loser Ranger. I'm not coming back.
Red is still good. Well, just to sum it up, Red is the cracks more and more. The funny thing is that after the news of Blue is dead, they can't hide it. Like, Blue is dead, everybody knows.
Oh, word.
The Sunday promotions, you're starting to feel Like, well, actually, Red almost lost it. Like, he was mad
Oh,
at
word?
the thing. Red almost shot the crowd, like with the dragon thing, and it was like, bruh, and like one of the
Yo,
monsters actually got a punch on him, and the monster like, oh, bro, I'm sorry, man. Red just stomped him. They had to cut off the program because it was so he was like
yo,
he's the
Red is going
monster.
crazy.
He's one of the like he's a monster in visual for even the public. The sentiment against the Rangers are starting to grow. That's what this season's about. Like the cracks, the
All right,
people.
see, I might want to come back now. See,
I'm
you
on.
you
Can I
you hit me with
spoil?
something
Can I
intriguing.
spoil a little bit? Like
Yeah,
to
sure,
set
because
the
I ain't
stage.
following this show now, so I'm good.
Basically, there is. Remember when that? Go back to that scene when remember that cult that was there for patrollers to come kill them or whatever.
Hmm.
Oh, that's real. That's more. That's going to be more of them this season and going forward. They have their
Oh,
side. They're doing some crazy stuff. The Rangers are like their side, and then there's the public that's just kind of stuck in all of this. And then there are the boss monsters. There are still 5 left. You meet. You're in the. They're basically in the domain of the snake monster right off the bat. Is who they're dealing with, and
dang.
the
Okay.
horse monster.
I remember the last monster that they had to face, and he was a pretty bad boy.
Right. It's gonna get really, really out there. Like Trigger, like if Trigger did, like if when I say the Trigger madness, you know how the Trigger starts. Like, oh, it's all nice and rainbows, and then you're fighting a version of God or something at the end of
Yeah.
the series. So this is it's gonna escalate a little bit up to that in a kaiju Sentai version way of it, but it gets bizarre, it gets bloody. Red and already killed one of his juniors in the first
Dang.
and like the dude spilled like Red when they was at the little having a luncheon talk about how we gonna replace Blue, and his junior was the short lady, the small lady, and she like, hey man, let me in the game. I want to get revenge for Blue. Red was like being all fake, like, oh yeah, I know you care. Then he said, absolutely not. He snapped at her like, you throw off the stance. Like you can't do the pose right because you're too short. Hip
Wow.
squeak. And it's like, so you got all this going on. Red is just unhinged. The dude come in and spilled tea on Red. They didn't even like you just saw the blood splatter against the wall. So
Dang.
Red is just unhinged. But as I mentioned maybe before, Red ain't the worst Ranger. Not by far.
Oh,
Red
okay.
is just the outward. It's like he can't control it, but he ain't the worst. He's terrible, but it's more of like the whole
He said
thing.
he's terrible. But
And
he ain't
you're
the
gonna
worst.
you're gonna find out more about what's going on with the yellow cadet, the yellow girl, the blonde girl who's under yellow, who kind of just do what she want to do with the remote control, because the sequence alludes to it, just see how far they can go. But right now they're stuck. Our homie Duster D, Fighter D, he got assigned to green.
Okay.
Because he passed the test, so him
Did
and the girl.
all of them pass the test?
Oh no!
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about all that. Like the only
He
people
said,
that
don't worry
like,
about it.
like,
Like,
you
don't
know,
worry about them scrubs.
like one of them is just gonna be out doing like the crazy dude with the muscles. This is gonna be his own thing. Like, just don't even worry about him. Like that the structure of what you saw, just don't worry about that. That kind of
Okay.
like this was this, now is this. Like the fun is kind of now starting. Like I know
Right.
it's crazy it is, but the show is starting. So he's now officially a Green Ranger. The Green Team, no, the public don't know, but they actually know about the boss monsters. They're like, all right, real talk. We know that there's boss monsters. This is our job to go hunt them. So it's like, and then because the girl who can eat like the different things, so she's kind of like their boss now. So she's more of a main character now to work with them, and she's gonna kind of stay a main character for a while. So she actually is a good. I ain't gonna say yeah, she's a good person because she's like, look, I gotta kill these monsters for reasons because they make my life. They made everybody life hell. So even though the Rangers are false and full of it, the danger still remains. They just took advantage of
Okay.
it. but it's like everybody's like taking advantage of the public, and that's kind of where the horse guy comes in. It's bizarre, bro. Like they doing puppet shows. Like he kind of does this little weird puppet show. He comes talk to you like, hey, it's your buddy Apollon or horse, whatever it means. And
Mhm.
he does this little sock puppet thing. Yeah, he's creepy. And he's now like at the end of each episode, they doing the sock puppet again, and they're just doing quick jokes. He's pretending he's a doctor. And he's like threatening each character. He's like, maybe I'll punch you in your cheek. Maybe I'll punch you in your gut. Ha 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 ha. It's bizarre. So it's like some of it's funny, but it's like it's meant to be off kilter.
Yeah.
But so D and the girl that he saved with the two color change eyes, they're now on the same team. Those two passed. The dude who I guess you could say is rival, he made it to he's got assigned to red. So
Okay.
their paths are gonna cross again. It's gonna about to get really weird. I said it again, but I like it. Like I was like, all right, I read it. Do I want to watch it? But it does something that I like how they do. They still do the thing where somebody's talking, and if the letters pop up on them, they'll take the letters and shove it out their face. They still got that, like, it's the surrealism of it. But
Right.
he's actually the Green Ranger is actually maybe not a bad person, but he just like
Mhm.
everybody got shades of gray on him. So ultimately the Green Ranger is now his boss and the junior cadet. So it's weird that it took a season to kind of form that up, but it's like I guess they're like, hey, we got these preliminaries, blah blah blah, and we set the world up to know that because he didn't know his bosses still exist,
Okay.
and now D has recommitted himself. I got to kill them, and I got to kill the Ranger. Like D is just that's it.
He's
I'm going
super
to
deep
kill everybody.
undercover.
I want to be evil. I want to kill everybody, but technically he's not even evil because it's like he says evil, but he really is for revenge, but he ultimately will be doing good because these people need to go. So
All
I
right.
do
All
dig
right.
it. It's I would say just keep watch. Maybe go on the binge. I ain't say watch it week to week because if it ain't your vibe, if it's not your vibe
Well,
now. But I
nah, I
say try.
like season one. It just got to the point where I'm like, this convoluted.
It's
I was
convoluted,
like,
bro. But it's like you're not gonna necessarily know nothing about the dragon or whatever right away. They will
they ain't
explain
telling you jack.
some of it where they got those weapons from and how. So there's
Mhm.
something a little bit that goes into that. So it's like it's all like bizarre, man. Like they just
Okay.
it's really like the question is if America got secret weapons, supernatural weapons, yeah, they might kill like world invading aliens or monsters, but how would they profit off on it? How would they pretend that everything's hunky dory? And what would they violate to keep that power? And
All right.
do they deserve to go with the people? Are they just as bad in this war as the people that they did defend against? And the only people that's kind of innocent are the poor little fighters.
Dang. So.
Because they just was created to do this thing, and they're just like, all right, yeah, blah blah. I'm supposed to do this, and bro, it's like he was like the fake boss monster. Like it's gonna like I love how like when they started out the series, like how they took the Sunday show serious and they start peeling back. Each time you see that Sunday thing, according to the manga, it's gonna get worse and worse. It's gonna get dusty. It's gonna get like the cracks are gonna just show. But like the monster was legit afraid that like, oh Red, I'm sorry, I accidentally hit you. I jumped ahead and I broke script. Red, like they showed his eyeballs through the visor. He snapped.
Dang.
So it's like I felt bad for the monster. It's like just stomped him out. Dude almost shot up the crowd with the dragon, like just like it was like, and the people who was helping in the crowd, like in Six Flags, like the cadets were like, "Oh snap! Like y'all, get up! This is actually gonna hurt! Like get up, move up!" And he blew like a hole in that thing. I was like,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
he
can't tell Red
unhinged.
that, like so. But that's Loser Ranger. I don't know if you watched it, Mark. I would say you
How
still
about
into
you,
it,
Mark?
Mark.
You see it?
I haven't watched it yet.
All right, then I know we're getting long, but I did want to touch one last show real quick because I like the way it's going, even though they're trying to hurt my heart. And that show, unfortunately, is Fire Force.
Okay, I like where it's going. Kind of low key.
Man, Burns, man,
Hey, bro,
he left,
devote.
man.
He devoted to what he believe in.
Yo, he's supposed to be down with us. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
he's gonna
And
come
now they
around.
all on their own. It's
They
like
really
they
are.
they going after it's Squad 8 or Firehouse 8 or whatever. It's just them, man. They ain't got nobody
It's rough
else.
out here. It's rough
Now,
out here in these fire
actually,
streets.
what is it? Benny seems like he's trying to decide what he want to do. So
I mean,
hopefully
Benny
he
gonna
comes.
do what he want to do because they
Yeah,
can't.
but we don't know if he gonna be like, I'm gonna be down with like Burns and them, or if I'm gonna
Nah,
be
nah, nah,
if
nah,
I'm
nah,
gonna
nah,
be
nah.
down with Squad 8.
I tell you this, Benny gonna do what he gonna do. He is absolutely not down with the Empire because remember, they little section because of the strength of Benny can be their own kind of city and their own area,
Yeah, but
and
the White Clad trying to destroy the whole Earth, man.
But so I'm just saying, like the they got the white clad. The church was already kind of secretly with them, and they already
Yeah,
just easily won them. The church kind of run the government. The white
yeah,
clad take over the government, so the army just follows suit. Then Burns was an extension of the church, so you kind of got the political power. And now what did they do? Oh, the number 8, they're the enemies of the empire.
bruh.
But Benny
Like
is about his
they're straight enemies of the state. They on their
Benny
own.
is about his town. Just remember that. There is
All
no
right,
change in Benny. That's why they don't even wear the fire uniforms. They are like
true.
Yakuza. They really like, in a way, like Yakuza. They're like what they called it. They are like traditionalists. They're kind of like hoteps, if you will, if they own village. They like, do not
Hoteps,
mess with
if you
us.
will.
I have enough. Benny has enough power on his own that you cannot mess with him. Only
All
Burns
right.
kind of can mess with him, but Benny probably can. I ain't gonna say demolish him,
Now
but it would.
I do like that my boy went at Burns. He came up. He said, "Look, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to be with us. You can't leave." And then Burns like, it's a sacrifice. It was a great sacrifice. Look at how awesome it is. He was like, "Nah, I ain't trying to hear that." He went directly at him. That's what I'm talking. That's what I like to see. I mean, I felt bad because we shouldn't be fighting, man. Burns, you
It
supposed
really.
to be our dog, man.
I mean, Burns is like a surrogate father to him, or somebody he looked up
Yeah,
to, and kind of help push him in the right direction. Even kind of help him fight against the. Kind of give him the inspiration to go
yeah,
against the white clad. However, though, there was always a little suspicion that Burns was wishy-washy, like his conviction of where he was gonna go. I'm not shocked that he went with the white clad because he like, I see promising you. I am about this empire and I'm a man of God. But then whatever, I don't know if it's because he really believed what he saw that re-solidified him, or I don't know if he's playing the sides, but he is playing it
Oh,
very real because
and we finally saw the dude. I can't remember the guy that's kind of like dressed up, sort of like a Joker, a little bit.
I mean his
That
name
was
is
with.
he is Joker, so
Well, yeah. But we saw him go toe to toe with, and I was like, oh,
Joker's strong, but what
I
did
didn't know you
Joker
was
say?
that sweet.
Yeah,
Like
Joker is strong. But
I
what
ain't
did
know,
Joker
like,
say?
well, see, when we first saw him, it was just him against what Shinra when he was like super early. So I'm
But
like,
he was
oh
playing,
yeah,
but he was playing around with Shinra.
yeah,
Could have
but
killed Shinra.
I didn't know that he was like that level. I thought he
Yeah,
was just above Shinra. I didn't know he was like Burns level. I was like,
he's not
because
Burns.
Burns was like clack, I blocked both of them, but then
I would say
he had to dial in on Joker.
he's number 3 or 4. I think he's after Shin. Him and Shinra about what and what. He a little bit more technically sound than Shinra, but he don't have what they call the Adola burst or whatever the
Yeah, the
special
Adola burst and
extra
then
level of juice that
yeah,
some people got when they saw God or whatever. But he's good. Like
yeah,
he probably
that,
would wash most of everybody else other than like. But what I like about the Joker character when he met Benny and when he meet Burns is like, man, I can't handle it, bro. Like, all right, you got it, bro. Like Benny, you are super. Like he got a joke like, bro, you are too damn strong. Like really, it's like I'm good, but I ain't like you.
oh man, so I'm locked in on this season, man. When
Good,
they're
good,
all on their
man.
when they're all on their own, backs to the wall, you know what I'm saying, have no help kind of thing. I'm a sucker for that. So I
Shout
mean I
out
am hurt that Burns he left, but you know what I'm saying, we gonna be alright. Cause Shinron
shout
said, look,
out
I'm gonna do it.
to the lieutenant. The lieutenant, like, man, look, Obi is my dog. Yo, he gave
Yep.
me a place to be. I got that pistol. Like, that boy pull out that pistol real quick. He got the shotgun, the blunderbuss bazooka. He got the tech, the nine.
Yeah, because we have
He's
our tech
just
team with us, and they like, look, we're analyzing the field data on spot, real time, doing. So it's like, look, I I like the new villains that we got. Well, I guess they're not technically new villains, but they're new
little
villains
more spotlight.
or newer villains. You know what
All
I'm
their
saying?
faces look crazy though. Like, I like
Yeah,
the weird style, but they be extra contorted. I don't know why, they call her gold, and she's just, I like her little nose. She's like ka-ching. I don't like she's real. It throws me off for a second. Like, I just laugh. Like, I don't know why they make their own noises or something in Japan, but they just be like ka-ching when they
but
get their little
I
tick.
like that we going straight at the problem. We're going directly at
Yeah,
the problem. We not playing around.
I
Like
laugh.
they blew that wall open
She
and
was
went
like, "Ain't
straight
no
at
way they
her.
gonna come through the front door." It's
He
like,
was like, pow.
I don't
Like
know how this
yo,
gonna work out for them, but I think Maki and what's her name,
I
the one
think
with
they're
the
gonna be
cat
alright.
flames. I think they're gonna come through.
I think they're
I
smart
mean,
enough to figure out a way either around her or through her. So they'll be. I think they'll be alright.
I
It's going to
think
take
it's
them a
gonna
while,
take
but
three of them. I think Arthur, Maki, and her name with a T. I think all three of them will combine to beat her. It's gonna be
mhm.
hard, and then I still think Obi gonna get a bug in him. He gonna survive, and he gonna get powers some type of way.
Ah,
He gonna go crazy. Watch, he probably go crazy like the Hulk for a minute or something. But
yeah. Because I was like, bruh, you offering up Obi? Like, come on, like, what is wrong with you? Like, you done really like
I ain't like that about Bird. I like and Bird's just as a design. I love
Burns is
he's a
dope as
serious white haired senpai, eye patch wearing. He fight with the
he
coat
has
with the sleeves
everything you
off.
need, man. His sleeves ain't on,
He
but
just
it's
gets
black
stronger.
gray.
His name is his powers. He just burned. He just get more stronger.
Like, come on, man, you can't beat that.
But man, his martial arts, like, you couldn't touch him. It's like fighting the flake if the Magneto and the Human Torch combined in one. It's just
Yeah,
like, what the
dude,
hell?
dude is nice, but yeah, that. So Fire Force, still watching it, love it. But I'll throw it to Dub. Dub, uh, final thoughts, and where can they find you?
I'm still catching up on Fire Force. That's why I didn't jump in. But uh final thoughts. Yo, I'm sorry. I still dig my hero Vigilantes. I like the crawler.
I'm
I
there. I'm there.
I
I'm there
like
with the
Hey,
him.
Vigilantes.
Like,
he is the crawler, sir. Get it right.
yeah.
Oh,
He
you mean
is
the
the crawler.
crueler?
The
He
crawler.
like
Nice guy
he's a
crawler.
pro tag. He's a nice guy who he got more heart than talent, and you know, Knuckle Duster trying to get him there. Knuckle Duster is a big, strong brute who don't think about nothing but fighting, and I mean, I like it.
Uh,
Y'all kind of beat it up, but that's okay
well,
because
no, I'm on board. I'm on board now, though.
I had equal aplomb about beating up Windbreaker because I'm sorry, I have watched every episode. I don't get it,
You still
but
not
that's
feeling it?
okay.
Yeah.
It ain't fair. It ain't for everybody. I don't have to linger. Um. Also, you know, I never got solo leveling. I just
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
mm.
So like
So
Windbreaker and solo leveling, you ain't digging those.
yeah.
All right.
It's
Understood.
Fair
but
enough.
we have other offerings. Um, I've watched the first two episodes of To Be Hero X. I thought they were kind of cool. I thought the animation was cool.
I'm sold on that. We're gonna talk
It's
about that
kind of
next
like
week, but I'm sold on
who
that.
done it.
I'm all in.
Yeah, let's go. So, I'm Mark Dub on IG. I ain't even mentioning that Twitter thing. And I'm Mark Wallace in real life. Find me, follow me, befriend me,
Befriended.
Feed me. And they was
Oh boy. Cool. Where can they find you? What final
Uh,
thoughts?
Final thoughts. I might try another. Now I'm the opposite for me. I guess this is the season. We got so much. We actually got grievances, different grievances all around. I'm not feeling to be Hero X yet.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
one that Mark did put me on to that I kind of heard about it, but he showed me more about it. Supercube. I might have to try Supercube and Moonrise.
yeah,
All the
Supercube
Moonrise
and
is out.
Moonrise?
yeah. We got to jump on
Supercube.
those, y'all.
Supercube look good.
They are pretty and they look good. Like they
Like
look like they're gonna
Moonrise, it's
be
a
that.
Netflix thing. They put it all out. It's like it's almost like whatever they.
Oh, yeah. I saw the trailer
Yes.
for Moonrise and completely forgot about it.
I
That's
watched
how
the
much
first
we
It's a
got.
movie,
episode.
right?
I
Or is it
loved
a
it.
series?
No, it's like 18 episodes, but it's like kind
I
of
watched the
marketed
first
like a
episode,
movie.
and I
Yeah,
loved
see, I thought it was a movie because how the trailer looked. So, okay, before next week, I will have at least a few episodes of Moonrise done because I remember seeing the trailer and wanting to see it. So I forgot about because we have so much stuff. Because Andor dropped this week. Shouts to my Star Wars folks. It's like
Yeah.
it's so much stuff we be forgetting things. So it's like, and for all those Kathleen Kennedy people, remember the show that y'all love so much, the Emmy Award winning Andor. She made that too.
I mean,
You got to give her her wins and her losses, not just her
it.
losses.
Right?
well,
You know, and then
but for
Agreed.
me, I can't get with 2B Hero X. I'm gonna try it again.
okay,
But I did try just some goofy slice of life stuff because sometimes I
not
like to
goofy
go-
slice of life.
Look, gotta add it in just to cleanse the palate. I tried Ninkuro. I think I really like it. Shout out to Mother's Basement because he always gets me to add more stuff because he showed the visual of it and how
Yeah.
it worked. Because I don't always get that from live chart me. Like I know kind of the ones I could pick out that I hear, I know will fit my vibe, but then it's the ones like, all right, I'll be open minded. Surprise me. And Ninkuro basically is, I guess, think of the odd couple. Take the odd couple. You got this bright, happy, quirky, on the run ninja girl who clan is trying to come kill her. She finds an assassin, saves her. The assassin is trying to move up the ranks, and of course they're in high school.
Oh,
Whatever. But
high school
she's
is
on
tough, man.
high school, and she lives on her own. The assassin is cold and calculating. It's kind of, it almost looks like it's made by the people who made Rama. It has that color palette, but it's not.
Okay.
But it's just like enemy of the week. It's all a bunch of little girl, not gonna say little girl characters, but teenagers. But like, just like these quirky girls that's trying to kill this ninja,
Dang.
and then this cold calculating girl. It's funny because the banter between the two. So she's like, hey, come live with me. I'm terrible at cleaning up the bodies, but the only ninjutsu that she's good at, she can turn things into leaves, and she's a cleanaholic. So it works for them too. And she's like, all the stuff I do, I'm good at killing, but I'm terrible at cleaning. You will help me move up the ranks and make more money. So bam, all right, cool. I'm gonna keep. And she's like, I'll keep you safe. Just kind of clean my house, be my friend, or really kind of be like my maid, and my cleaner, my cleaner of dead bodies.
Wow. Clean the
So
house
it's like-
and clean up the crime scene.
Y'all, Japan, like you would look at this and you think, oh, this is for kids. It is not necessarily for kids. In fact, no, it's not. They go from that
Japan
weird
is nuts, man.
dippity doodah fun anime. It's like trigger light, and then next to it goes from it looks PG to R rated and to
Dang.
like blood splatter real quick and some stuff that I cannot quite mention. It's just like, y'all, if
I
you've
got
seen Panty and Stocking, but not as nuts. Panty and Stocking is like a legendary thing. My trigger also. But
Wow.
it's kind of like, if you like Panty and Stocking, this is in that pathway, but not so much as witty banter. So that show was a fever dream of insanity, of nuts with that one. But yeah, so I've added that. I think I need to go back to Yandere Dark F. Mark says, I think a classic. We're joking, but it's
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure it is classic.
going
Yeah.
back.
and I'm not gonna mention one, but I might try one more trash slice of life. My slice of life this This year, this season is a little trashy. It's trashy and a little trashy. But I might try one called Cool. In fact, I'm shy. I'm gonna give it to Rachel when she come back. Cool on Generic Romance. That one is more sane. That one is more adult. They're actually adult characters who work together, do real estate, and they flirt with each other. So I'm gonna try to get her opinion on it. And I shout out to her. I sent her one called Dinner Date Detective. She said she go pick it up. So I'm adding stuff along with the big stuff. But My Hero, man, I love it, y'all. Like I know y'all who don't.
No,
like
I'm not against it. I'm on now. I'm not against it.
I'm glad you on. I'm watching it in Japanese. I didn't even know they had a thing, but maybe I'll go back and try the English dub and see how it sounds. But I kind of like I like Coaches just how it is. I like Knuckle
I
Dusters.
hate Japanese storytelling where like people be homeless and like just roll up on somebody's house and just stay there forever. But we ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, well,
Here's
what
the
about
thing.
your house? Like,
you
before you met me, where did you live? Where was your bed at before you met me? Where was your bed? Before, like, where? Go there.
Here's the funny thing. Knuckle Dust ain't homeless. He's just nutty.
Because it's like, well, don't you have to pay bills at the place that you live at?
Watch. It's gonna be. It shocked me too already. I'm like, wait a minute. This dude ain't a hobo. Like, he's not necessarily a hobo unless he's good at lying. But I think he has a job, and I think it's like a serious.
Yeah, because he did say he had a day job. So I mean,
but he's unhinged, is what he is. But I think I'm gonna enjoy it. And that's what I'm watching, y'all. But I'm Keith Cooper. You can follow me at blurred.ish on Twitch, blurred_ish. Playing a few things. Gonna start my backlog. I'm gonna try to get a Nintendo Switch tonight in about an hour.
All right.
Or hour or two. I think the scalpers are already starting to win some type of way. If you listen to Gizmodo and Polygon, I don't know how the hell that's working. And Japan, like, they already sold out. Like, what? So I don't know. We'll see.
Nintendo making that money.
Nintendo is gonna be fine. They said they didn't. Nobody ain't gonna get it. Okay. I love what one dude said. Like, hey, y'all might listen to all this social media hoopla. The pre-orders are saying something else.
Thank you.
like
okay. somebody buying it.
Yeah.
But like anyway.
But find me there if you're in Baton Rouge this weekend. Catch me at the Smiling Dog for art night, and possibly New Orleans. I can't believe I said it like that. New Orleans. Sorry, I got a little fancy for a minute. Shame, that was a faux pas on me.
That's my fault, guys. It's my fault. I'll be saying it wrong.
Yeah, his VA-ness rubbed off on me. He's too up north. But you can catch me maybe at NOLA Republic with Waterseed. I might be vending there. Shout out to them. Even if I'm not there, go see this. It's going to be, if you're into funk, future funk, sci-fi, it's going to be a medley of media, animation, cosplay, and other stuff. Black funk group. They coming with it. Shout out to Lou Hill. Been a supporter ever since I met him. Been a good dude. Check him out. New Orleans on Waterseed at NOLA Republic this Saturday.
All right, word. Well, final thoughts from me. Be good, man. Be good. We, of course, there's tons of stuff out to watch. So much stuff. I even forgot about Moonrise after loving the trailer. So look, we got tons of good stuff. Don't be doing no hating. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate. Don't put no hate in your blood. It's going to mess you up. It's going to shorten your lifespan. You know what I'm saying? Find something out there that you like. Enjoy watching it. Kick back. But, of course, NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. And until the next time, from us to you, if you're falling, make sure that you fall on trash bags. Peace.
They just be conveniently placed everywhere.
Man, them trash bags be working overtime.
They are extra characters.
Work, keeping them
and they're all filled with nothing but pillows. Like
that would never work in Louisiana. Nothing but glass and coffee.
It'd be old, liquor bottles and like wood, old stereo parts and stuff.
Crawfish claws.
It'd be like steaks from wooden furniture. They'll stab you in the heart.
Oh man. Anyway, we out, y'all. We out.